right, guys. Thank you for staying tuned in to Fantastic Fridays. All right, so guys, and I know 7 p.m. on the dot, not exactly on the dot right now, but 7 p.m. we always have Talk the Ting with Kim. And today we will be discussing, can words hurt more than sticks and stones? Yeah, man, that one I'm gonna have to do a little research, and I want to let you guys know that this is sort of, but not really, a part 2 to last week's conversation, right? Last week we spoke about embracing our melanin and that we need to stop associating being black with negative things, you know? We said, boy, people black and ugly and, you know, your head picky and all these things that we ourselves have been perpetuating, right? So that led me to go on the whole conversation of we need to be careful with our words overall, right? So I want to go into this topic right away. So, I'm sure we have all heard of the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, I'm here today to say that that is a lie. Whoever came up with that about sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, either has never been hurt in them life by words, or them just make up something because them can't make up something, you know?
You cannot burst the people.
It is a lie. It is a lie. And I am here to make a notice, right?
And you know, people usually say it like when like them eye full up of water.
Yeah, when they hurt them now.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
And the feelings done cut up, you know?
Don't mash up.
Right? But I'm here to let you know that broken bones will heal. Well, but many times should heal, yeah. And in most cases will heal. Yeah. But words oftentimes go unforgiven and are even sometimes taken to the grave. That's how serious words can affect people, all right? So, I recently read somewhere that words have energy and power with the ability to help, to heal, to hinder, to hurt, to harm, to humiliate, and to humble. Considering the powerful force of the words we speak, we must discipline ourselves to speak in a way that conveys respect, gentleness, love, and humility. So guys, as usual, this is not a preaching session. You know, I want a discussion to begin. So if you guys have feedback, if you not agree, if you not disagree, if you know feelings, make me know. All right? So, words really are powerful. That's a given. You know, you hear it from a biblical perspective, but even if you don't read the Bible or you're not really into religion, you can learn throughout life and through life experiences that words are really powerful. All right? So we have become so accustomed to speaking negatively over ourselves and others, whether it is in jest or intentionally, that we don't take the time to stop and notice the impact of the words we choose to speak. Well, to be fair, we have been slowly learning about the impact of our words, as I keep hearing the term manifesting being thrown around frequently, especially by celebrities and influencers. If you've never heard about the term, manifesting essentially is bringing something tangible into your life through attraction, words, and belief. So, for short, if you can think it, it will come to you. You may have also heard the term positive affirmations, and this can be defined as positive phrases or statements that we repeat to ourselves. Generally, they are used to manifest goals, dreams, and experiences we desire. So whether you believe in these practices or not, the general idea is that we should speak positively over our lives to achieve our goals, dreams, and our desired success. So if this is seen as a way of life for many, why do we not think that doing the opposite of this will reap opposite results? So if so much people out here are talking about affirmations and we need to manifest and, you know, I'm strong and I'm beautiful and I'm powerful and I must do all these things, right? Lots of people out here doing this now. Why you don't think if you speak negatively over your life that you're going to manifest the negativity too?
Well, I think it's actually, you actually see it as well, you know, based on how people talk. Like some persons that just say, boy, everything them find a problem, you know, so they will constantly be in problem.
And yeah, exactly. But what you know, funnily is the outside persons will see it, but the persons that are in it don't necessarily see it. And if you point fingers, you're just bad mind and you're grudgeful and all these things. If you say, boy, you know, so maybe you need to just be a bit more positive, them take you on, you know. So I just really want you guys to think about the things that you guys are saying, right? In today's society, you will consistently hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, man a dog and woman a wicked. Yeah. If me wrong, you make me know.
Them girl are wicked, them wicked, them wicked.
All song make about it, right? You will consistently hear this, and then we wonder why the dating world is in the state it's in. And so many relationships are failing.
Shambles.
Right? So we not associate these things and say them somehow connected, because the world and them mother nowadays, man a dog, them worthless, you know, make no sense, woman are wicked, woman are drunk, right? And then when we see this now being shown in the dating world, most people nowadays prefer to remain single because it seems like it don't make no sense, but we're not seeing how it's correlating. We are manifesting what we are speaking, right? So, we also frequently speak about how broke we are, right? And when we say broke, we mean financially. Whether we have it or not, if you know nobody begging nothing, you talk about you're broke, right? So you're broke pocket and you don't have no money, you know, and you're poor. And guys, even saying that, whether in jest or intentionally, so whether you're a joke or you're saying it intentionally, you are still speaking this over your life. Then you wonder why your bank account seems to be experiencing a drought.
So, all right, how do I speak to my bank account? We need a topic on that. I need a topic on that.
I guess so. When me figure it out.
We have to go research that, because we need that.
When me figure out then we'll teach you, all right?
Yeah.
And then we also speak about, I've heard people brag, say, boy, me a drunkro. And we're for the streets, you know, the streets will know my name.
You don't know me a take a wreck.
Yeah, nobody not even wanna try, you know?
Yeah.
We speak that over ourselves, and then we wonder why we go through many failed relationships, or we just can't seem to find love.
Ah, boy.
Right? So, we not only do this over our own lives, but we are also guilty of speaking negatively over the lives of others. Parents are especially guilty of this. Yes, I had to touch on the parents, because especially the Jamaican parents, them, when I have some way for done up and picking them, I need to stop it.
Yep.
Right? We have some wicked ways, and we don't understand the impact of our words. Then when they're older and them act a certain way, or they have certain insecurities or whatever, you know judging them for that, or you don't understand it, but you don't know that you instilled a lot of those insecurities in them.
Yep.
Right, whether it's image, you know, you're ugly like, or you're this or you're that, or boy, look at your head big. And we say these things, whether once again jokingly or not. It's actually my mom reminded me last night, say, well, I was guilty of this too. My older brothers and all the way used to chop my little brother so him head bigger when I run him head tilt forward and all these things, right?
Yeah.
But mommy reminded me that Daniel used to cry and come to her. And I never knew that. It's only in adulthood now I understand, say, I was a part of a problem. You understand? So now it reminded me that we really need to be careful with what we say. We say it in joke. You know your sibling?
Yeah.
I hear this, I said, boy, you're big like that. Because music get done too, right? But I learned that it's either mega ball or mega have the comebacks. And I just came with the comebacks, but it took some time for me to build up that strength.
Right.
To just come with and just basically brush it off. Not everybody can do that.
And not everybody decides that.
And not everybody decides
they can rise above or
Exactly.
And everybody love this whole tough love and grow tough.
Yeah.
Thing. You need to understand that, trust me, while we can say we overcome and we go through the tough love, right? And that we needed the tough love, you know.
And tough love is not applicable for every
That's
situation.
What I'm saying. You don't need the tough love all the time.
Yeah, but 1 and 2 times where it may be necessary, right? But the 3/4 of the time it's probably not what you need.
And then not really necessary. There are times where it probably just happens.
Yeah,
right?
or that, yeah.
So you learn to live with it. But it's like Jamaican road them with the patrol, right? We don't need patrol on the road, you know.
But we learn to live with it.
If regular people have like on the regular roads, now you might say 1, 2 patrol. That's okay. But with our road them, we don't need it so.
Exactly. Exactly. So I had to point out the parents on this because parents are especially guilty of this when it comes to their kids.
Yeah.
For example, your child might get a question wrong. And instead of assisting and encouraging them, you call them dunce.
Yeah, those
and
dunce
you tell them, say them worthless.
When me I waste my money,
when me I waste my money, say they go school for. I bet you go, right?
So many times, look,
them don't know the answer either.
Because I can attest to it because trust me, I have a big up my mother when it comes to this. Because sometimes during my school days, my mother helped me with my homework, and my mother tell me, say no, when me a big boy, I say boy, so many times she never know.
She never know.
But me never know.
But she was encouraging you.
Yeah,
and she was willing to try with you.
But some of the parents, they don't know what I'm going on, and them a beat down the pit.
And you know,
just because them don't know either.
I was about to say that's a part of it because they are sort of embarrassed.
That is correct.
That they themselves don't know this, but instead of making you know, say yo, I genuinely know, they want done. Oh, if you don't know this,
and then
you never go to school.
They have probably been through that so-called tough love, and them still don't rise above yet, and them just a pass it on. Cause here you are, mommy. What is 5 plus 5? What you ask me that for? You know, me I say they go school.
Yeah.
Them don't really know, you know.
Yeah.
But them just a lash out at the child. You don't like, and then the child now is gonna be the same clustered, affected soul now. Because they must say, boy, I can't ask somebody at school this. Because everybody is supposed to know this, and I don't know.
I know that's why many people in classes nowadays afraid to ask questions.
Of course.
The lecturer will say any question, the place silent.
And then when
because
class
nobody
done,
wants to be judged.
If somebody brave enough now, one way them go to somebody and say, oh,
exactly.
This. But during the class, nobody now put up hand for say, me no know.
Yeah, because we know, say, you got people out there like, no understand that, or if you don't know that, you know, and we need to stop doing that. Another thing I've heard parents being guilty of is I've heard parents tell their daughters they won't be good for anything other than laying on their back.
No, that one they're rough.
I've heard that one. I've not personally heard it, thank God. Lord, I'm grateful for my parents.
You're a good girl, man.
But
you don't think you're go push your parents
no,
to
but
reach
you know,
there, but
a lot of people may even naturally have been, let's say, quote unquote, good people, for lack of a better term I can think of right now, and just wrong parenting changed their mindset and changed them attitudes towards life.
I was just gonna let you know that based on just my observation, as I said, these things like these words and these lessons that they're actually passed on from the previous generation.
Generation
so
to
the mothers now might have been living a life that, you know, somebody had to tell her, say, boy, that, and then she was telling the child that no. So it's not necessarily say, boy, the parents bringing up the child, you know, have the opportunity to break the chain.
And that is what I keep saying to persons, because guys, I'm usually somebody who said, listen, when I'm evaluating anybody or trying to understand a situation, I look at probably how people were growing up and, you know, what their past was like, which is important. However, at some point we have to acknowledge that we're all now adults.
Yes.
We know good and bad. We understand
we learn
certain
a few things now, yeah.
So if you decide to continue and say, oh, it's because of somebody did grow, then it's just you deciding to continue that bad habit or that bad practice. Because enough people, as we say, you probably in a family were full of crime and somebody get up and say, listen, I don't want that for myself.
Me not pick up no crime.
I don't no crime, I want to go get a 9 to 5.
Yes.
And then you have some people probably had mother will have 9 baby father and 13 picnic, and she said, listen, I don't want that for myself.
Marry, settle down with one
exactly.
guy.
So at some point you cannot blame your past and so you grew up and that you grew up and see. At some point you have to say, all right, boy, that never really worked for my mother, you know, or that never worked for my family, you know, and that I can't bother live life. I look over my back, you know. I don't want that for me. So at some point you have to break that chain.
And I say at some point you have to wise up.
Exactly.
You see it happen, you see the result. Probably you're not having a rough time, or you have some persons who are affected by the so-called tough love, and you see how it affects them. Wise up, realize, say, listen, man, I could try something else, because this no work how I want it to work. I mean, you might have made it out, but you know, probably you have some trauma, some little trouble,
that you haven't really gotten over, and probably you don't even know the amount of trauma you've been through. So how we don't know the trauma we've been through, you know, till something happened and then it triggers something, and then you probably wonder, why did you react like that? But it's something what linked to your childhood.
Yeah, man, it affects us in all our relationships.
And that especially happens when it comes to the growing of men. It's something we keep seeing in today's society. That whole tough love and boy man and man, boy pitney for rough him up. And you realize that nowadays men, half of them don't know how to deal with their issues because they were never given the avenue.
Half of them don't even know how to deal with ladies.
Exactly.
Yo, my youth. I mean, look, as a girl in my talk to. I'm like, bro, You know,
exactly.
Rough life, you know, means you have a rough to everything, everybody, every sheep, every goat. No, sir.
Yep. So we have to be careful about the words that we say, but especially when it comes to our kids. Because I've also heard where parents will tend to tell them son, and this one I think so many people are guilty of and don't even understand what exactly you're implying. I did it myself, and that's when I got the wake-up call. So, you know, when you're a boy picnic or, you know, some young boy or whatever, yeah, man, you might go break hearts in the future, you might go turn gallus, you know, and you realize you're already speaking this over their life without even noticing what you're speaking over them life. I did that to my own nephew, right? Said it because we get a picture and I said, boy, I'm cute. Yeah, man, I'm cute. I'm going to break many hearts. And my brother said to me, what you just said? I'm going to say, I'm going to, you know, because me not think nothing of it, because that's what we say all the time. He said, don't speak that over my son's life. And in that moment, I knew he wasn't saying it out to upset me.
Right.
But
He's just
it
saying,
was a lesson that I learned in that moment. That even when we say, boy, yeah, man, when you grow up, you're going to have enough girl. And yeah, man, you're going to break hearts. Why you want your son to grow and have a life like that? Then once again, as I said, if we look at the current dating pool, we have all these issues that are present, and it's things from those.
Yeah, and it's happening more now, because especially with the younger parents.
Yep.
Right now, I tell us.
Radical now with how we grew up, you know.
Right now. I don't think the word is radical. I think how I see most of the, well, I wouldn't say most. How I see some of these parents, I'm not a parent yet, so when you take time with me, because I know it's rough when you're not a parent and you're talking about what
from
you
the
see.
outside.
But just from a little observation, trust me, I see some of these parents, them are grow the kids and like them best friend. I mean, know that not gonna be too good in the future.
I've seen lots of.
Yeah.
I've seen some relationships that sort of blossomed out of that, but then I guess the child had some level of maturity.
Or probably had a different role model.
Or that too. And then I've seen the opposite, where eventually when them get old enough, them can't chat to them.
Yeah.
Because you're not my mother, you're not my father, you're my friend.
Yeah.
You know? So it's two different things. All right, so once again, we are so used to speaking negatively about ourselves and others that I don't think people have really noticed that as Jamaicans, we have a culture where we love giving people nicknames, right? But do you realize that it's never for anything positive?
Sometimes, Kim. Sometimes.
Give me a nickname that you can recall, and it's probably even a popular one, based off of something positive.
I know a nickname that's been out there in the world. This has nothing to do with me. It's actually the ladies, them. I think we have one of them probably tune in now. Her nickname is Bumper.
When I said something positive, we weren't talking about like physical attributes and boy, have it to go on.
That's what physical I mentioned.
Listen, that one is not, it no counts, right? That's a whole different thing.
Oh, jeez.
But if you realize that most of the nicknames that are given in Jamaica is due to a mishap, some flaw you have, or something negative.
Or something that, I wouldn't say negative, but something that we shouldn't really celebrate. You know?
Exactly.
Like the whole gallus kind of vibe.
Or even if it sounds like a positive, sometimes a backhanded statement. You know, so they might big up, yeah, man, king, gallus, and then it's something that they're laughing about behind their back, because either smart one woman take you as man clone one day, and then every day them call you gallus, no, you know, you feel big enough, but behind their back already man clone them a call you.
I just know, so they might take it for
I know they might take it for food. So most nicknames that are given in our culture is not from nothing positive, and it goes back to the fact that we tend to lead with the negative, right? Because look how people get scholarship. You ever hear nobody get called scholarship? Nobody never nickname them.
I know. Well,
you know somebody when they get scholarship.
They're not going to call them scholarship, but like I know a couple people. Their nickname are like Scholar. They don't call them Scholar.
Yeah, because I'm bright.
Right. Or you know, we have the regular things them where you know we call. If you do some sort of coaching, you know your nickname a coach.
No, then they don't count.
If you know you have too much broom in your yard, or you say
broomy.
Yeah, broomy. Yeah, you have those direct things that you know related to what you do.
But you have something that's not related
those,
to you at
but,
all.
You know the problematic one them know.
Yes.
Are that are the thing now.
And those are what I'm referring to, not the ones that your job define you.
Yeah.
You know, you're security, you're sicky. Yeah. No, not those. All right, so it shows that we tend to lead with the negative. So we have to change our mindsets, and a good way to start this is to adjust how we speak and choose our words carefully. This is also done in relationships. So many people know exactly what they don't want in a partner, And if I was to ask most people what they do want in a partner, boy, the list would take a while. You know, if you ask them what them don't want, yeah, man, I don't want a man to stay so. I don't want to get, and them get a whole list in a quick and fast before even 2 minutes done, you get at least 50 things what them don't want.
And sometimes when them say them don't want, them just list out themselves.
Right?
God, they're like, wait, aren't these all your attributes?
Either themselves or just something that they were hurt by in the past, right? But if you ask them what they do want, and you get on the same 2 minutes or even 5 minutes, them lists will be nowhere as long.
Yeah.
It struggle. You hear them if I'm but well, Masata, hold on. And literally, if you ask people that, guys, if you go, just talk to people in a circle and ask them. You know, ask them first what them no wants in a relationship or what them wouldn't work with. Hear the answers roll off them tongue, and then go ask them after that. So what you ideally looking for? And look if the answer comes with as much zest or if it flows as fluently.
I like what you say.
Cause yeah, man, them all sound doubtful.
Yeah, I like how you say zest because the things that when they say that, okay, what you don't want in a person, as you said, they're gonna talk
Them
about the things that they experience and all that stuff. We don't want this, we don't want that. But when they say, what do you want? You hear them go for the generic list.
Them voice are
tall, dark, handsome, kind,
and you hear about
sharing, caring. Then
loyal,
yeah,
and respectful.
The textbook,
the textbook
there's no
answers.
Personal connection with the positive, but the negative no.
Yeah, man, and them talk about
me
it
no
with
want no
passion. Right, mad?
Yeah.
So it shows once again how we lead with the negative, and
man.
this is something that we need to break the cycle. I'm not gonna say after this discussion, not gonna perfect tomorrow, you know, after tomorrow, but after this evening, you know, the funny,
we want you guys to put these things into practice.
Exactly,
though.
start somewhere. So we not expect perfection by the end of tonight or by the end of the month. We just want you to start. And if it is that you say this to persons around you, then we'll keep you accountable. Because even when I was explaining this just yesterday to my mother, I said something to her and she corrected me. But Kim, you're doing it again just now. And I said, oh, you know. So if you have people around you who are like mine, they will also help to reinforce it until it becomes second nature, you know. So we really need to work on not leading with the negative. So if you also listen to some relationships, you hear people that give them partners ultimatum. The couples tend to warn each other. Make sure you any day do this, you know. Make sure if you slip, you slide. We spend so much time on doing that instead of speaking positively over your relationship.
Kim, what you want for dinner? Nobody bring no KFC.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Perfect example.
Okay.
That was a perfect example.
Okay.
Them just ask you what you want for dinner. You start list off everything you know want. And actually, if they want to suggest something, no, I'm not fee for that.
No, what's
no,
that? No, or them, let's say me I pass Burger King and me I pass Blue Shop.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pass Blue Shop. Hey, nobody you can give suggestion as to what you want, though. You know what I say?
Right. So, guys, it all goes back to your thought process, right? I think even once when we did the discussion about dating profile, the do's and don'ts, and if you check it online with dating profiles, you have me no want to this, me nobody with picnic, me no want nobody with that, me no hookup. Instead of just saying what you're looking for.
Looking for serious?
List what you're looking for.
Stand.
And if me serious one night stand.
Probably a furniture them want in the house, me no know.
So what, the furniture need for serious?
No, okay. Yes.
But guys, so is what you need to do is to put out there what you're looking for.
Yeah.
If the person read it and them say, boy, I'm in a match none of this, then we'll move on.
Yeah.
But if you keep putting all of what you don't want, already
we will never know
already
what you
just seem like a negative person.
And then
so
we will never know what you do.
That is it. So even if I wanted to consider you, I already said, but the person does seem negative already. I don't really want no negativity in my life. So you just move on, you know? So don't count yourself out, especially like I said, online dating option by just putting a bag of negativity on your profile. Say what you want, and who can work with it, we'll just move on with them life. You understand?
Right.
So, couples especially need to stop speaking negatively over each other. Any day to this, any day to that. And parents, this go back as well, because you know parents love to say, any day come here with a belly.
Yeah.
Any day come here with a picnic. Right? And then when these things happen, kids hide
of
it.
Course.
Them can't talk to you. Them whatever. reality happens, and yes, it's not what you want. You don't want teenage pregnancy. You don't want all these things. But guess what? There's a chance it's going to happen, especially with a world that is getting wiser by the day. Like them 5-year-old pitney know what we didn't know at 13.
These high school students taking up more extracurricular activities in the classroom.
Listen, and as I said, 5-year-old and 4-year-old know what we were finding out at like 12.
Yeah.
Right? Them way more advanced than we are. So these talks, you'll find some parents having it sooner than we would have had, because whenever we the outside play with marble and them stuff there.
We never have the app for download.
Exactly. So we need to start being cognizant of the words that we use, not only over ourselves, but also over others. And this includes kids, friends, co-workers, whoever it is. Now, I'm not saying to ignore your reality and pretend that things aren't what they are. We have to be realistic, but we don't have to do so negatively. Feel free to acknowledge your reality, but end your thoughts or statements on a positive note. So, even if it is that, say right about now, your bank account now going too nice, boy, the balance sort of low, but guess what? Something not going to sort out, Believe say God start out, or, boy, get like a time, or you have a game plan. Think of a positive ending to it. As Carter Shakespeare is saying, we all just need to practice positive speaking, and
there you go.
That is really it.
Positive speaking. Positive thinking, positive living.
Yep, the actions are just as important, because you cannot think about all the nice things in the world and never put it into action is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because nobody's benefiting from it, including you. You're not benefiting either, So we need to start changing our mindset. And bear in mind, guys, this not going to change in a day.
No.
It's going to take practice. It takes about 21 days to develop a habit. So it's going to take 21 days or more to break a habit, because habit's hard for breaking out.
Trust me.
Right? So we're not saying that by March 1st, everything will go perfect. No,
and
but start breaking yourself
April
into
the 1st either,
exactly. And evaluate yourself. So after this conversation, listening to everything that I've been mentioning, look if it is that you've done this in a relationship. If you have kids, think about probably the last couple of things you've said to your kids. The last time them do something wrong and you done them, or they got a question wrong, or whatever it is, start evaluating yourself so you can identify some of the things that you probably do frequently.
Yeah.
Because that's how you fix stuff. You have to acknowledge and identify the problem first. So you can't get up tomorrow and say, all right, I'm going to stop speaking negatively, but you don't really realize what your traits and your patterns are. You have to take some time, pre-yourself, and say, all right, I realize, say, every time Lionel, someone love this Lionel in here. Me not go work, say. Me not go work on not this in Lionel in here. It's going to take effort, right? Because I'm used to the banter with him. But that was just an example.
Banter.
We'll see her
after the show, guys.
I call it banter.
Regular counseling session after the show, guys. Yes.
Guys, we talk after the show, and Lionel, I always check to ensure he's okay after the show. You see, if him ever one day take him, me never like that. Me promise it done. Right.
You guys look out for me, guys. Look out for me.
So, guys, we have to work on changing our mindset. So I'm going to ask that going forward from here on out, please be mindful of the words you speak over yourselves, over your lives, and over the people around you.
Nice.
So with all that has been said, want to say, can sticks and stones hurt more than words?
Well, it seems like it can. Or sometimes it might not hurt
immediately
as hot,
or as hot,
but it lingers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And words is an emotional scar that nobody really sees. You're suffering from it alone. And as I said, many people go to the grave with these things.
And the rough thing, because sometimes you have a scar and you look at it and you touch it, but you don't feel nothing. But these kind of scars, man, I tell you, all 10 years it might just start hurt you back again.
Exactly, and that's why you see some people lash out in certain instances. You see all these violent and so somebody says something like trigger something, and then everybody look point and say, boy, I'm ignorant, why you don't do that in that situation? It could be an emotional scar that was never healed, never dealt, just buried and left there to fester and grow, and then somebody just violate. Somebody just says something wrong.
All of you harbor some things that we have, it comes out in either relationship, probably your siblings,
family
probably
ship,
at work. A random person on the road bunks you, are you ready to start fight? And it not really happen nothing to do with them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just this morning, somebody tell you something about your parts, and you have it up.
And you bring the first of the day, you know. So I'm just encouraging everybody, please be more mindful with your words and start changing your mindset.
Right.
Start thinking positively about you first and foremost, and I promise you, you'll start to see this reflecting in your life.
And let me drop this last little bit of advice that just came to me.
That just came to mind.
Yeah.
Epiphany.
Because, I mean, it's already there,
Epiphany.
but trust me, guys. Another thing we should try and practice is practice to respond to negativity with positivity. 'Cause a lot of us, we love say, them draw me out.
Yeah, them started first.
You think you can't say nothing to me, I mean, I go say nothing back. You will be surprised to find out how peaceful and relaxing your life will be when you start to respond to, even when somebody lash out at you, if you are the one to remain calm and try and stay positive, you will get out of that situation much more peacefully than if you respond to them how they respond to you.
So if you want to take it from a biblical perspective, a soft answer turn it away wrath. We hear that how much teen time, and it's true. And actually, when you were just explaining that point, I start remember other things that I've heard regularly. You know, when people are go fight, yo, me I'm mad man, you know. Yo, me I'm mad, yo, nobody ramp. Speaking that over your life, is that going to reap anything positive for you? Exactly. Is that gonna reap? If every day, yo, me a mad smarty, you know, yo, and I better no one I do. If you speak that over your life every day,
it's gonna be fun now, but trust me, you will be mad later.
And it's not gonna fun now either.
No,
you know?
it can be fun now, but you're gonna be mad later.
Exactly. So if it not better your life in no way, just stop saying it.
Yeah.
It not help. It not, cause it not mean say you can intimidate the world and nobody not gonna ever test it. There's gonna be somebody out there who wants to, all right, guess someone wants to who matter. You better than me.
It don't have to even get to that point.
Exactly.
But at some point, you're gonna embarrass yourself or hurt yourself, and it's just not gonna. Yeah.
And you don't want that.
Yeah.
So, just wrapping up this segment, guys. Start changing your mindsets. Once you change your mindsets, your thoughts will change. Once your thoughts will change, what you start to speak and put out there will change. And I promise you, you'll start to changes in your life. All right, so that is it for Talk the Ting with Kim. That one, like a short and spicy, but I just wanted to ensure I get to the point, to use some common things that we hear every day, we experience every day, and then we just, try to change certain concepts, certain practices. Yeah, that's what this whole segment is about. So guys, I always ask you if you have topics you want me to discuss. If there's anything that you're like, when I like somebody give me like a perspective on this or like a reasoning on this, coming to get it, or I want to hear other people's perspective, feel free to send us a DM at Funtastic93FM on Instagram, and then we can just do the research, bring the information for you, and we can have a discussion. Don't be afraid to send it. I like doing topics that viewers, submit. But in the meantime, we'll go and wing it, and I've been getting good feedback. I love it. Thank you, guys. And yeah, March, we're going to have a whole lot more with Talk the Ting with Kim coming up.
All right, people. So there you have it. Talk the Ting with Kim. We'll be right back after these messages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic Fridays.
Fridays.